Tonight, Catherine is joined by Annabelle Crabb. Peter is teamed up with Mark Humphries. And Alice starts with Craig Rucastle. In the news quiz where you can betray your way to the top. Win the week. Here's your host, Alex Lee.
Welcome to the quiz that tests your news knowledge and your loyalty. 3 regular Aussies have been paired with 3 celebrities, but at the end of each round, the losing team captain will be given a choice to betray their celeb teammate to get back in the game. All right, let's meet our teams. Catherine moved here from Ireland and works in student policy. She's playing with the host of Misrepresented, revealing the untold stories of women in politics. It's Annabelle Crabb. Catherine, you have a competitive streak. When you were a kid, you trained for months to win the school egg and spoon race?
Actually, it was a potato and spoon race.
A potato and spoon race.
I know.
Was it a cooked potato or?
No. It was just, but I think it's more practical. Like, you know, there's no mess. It's not going to fall everywhere. Yeah.
Isn't the whole point of an egg and spoon race that you might break the egg?
Potatoes are very precious in Ireland, obviously.
All right, our next team captain is Peter. Peter is a community radio DJ and sometime film extra, and he's teamed up tonight with 7:30's tallest satirist. It's Mark Humphries. So, Peter, you were an extra on the movie Superman Returns?
Yeah, I was picture double for Frank Langella, the American actor, and so that meant that whatever he did, I had to do in wide shot. Yeah, I basically dressed up in his suit and pretended to be him.
Well, we actually have found your big moment.
Oh, no.
Let's all take a look. All right. Oh, so here we go. This is the Daily Planet is
Yeah, I'm
under attack.
That's not
you.
Me. That's not me either. There I am.
Wow. What an incredible performance.
This is extraordinary. I was also an extra on Superman Returns. So as Metropolis is sort of blowing up, I had to run from one side of the screen to the other. And I thought, OK, what I'll do is I'll run kind of, like, zigzaggy and maximise my screen time, OK? And then I'm sitting there in the cinema like, hey, everyone, look, this is my big moment. And they put a giant explosion in front of me, so you can't see me.
That was you who ran in front of me.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
OK. Good to see you again, Frank.
Yeah.
Our next team captain is Alice. She started uni when she was 14 years old, and she's partnered with a man who didn't finish uni till he was 28. It's Craig Rucastle. Alice, at that age, most teenagers are busy studying advanced eye rolling. What were you studying at uni?
I was studying biomedical engineering.
Wow.
At 14?
Okay, I'm a bit of a nerd, and okay, it's an African parent thing. It's like, oh, I wanted to go to the dance and things. They're like, is the dance gonna get you a career later in life? And you're like, no. But at the end of it all, I ended up doing law anyways because engineering wasn't for me. I don't particularly like it.
A lot of kids who start biomedical engineering at 14, by the time they get to 17, they just want to go into law to relax.
Those are our teams for now, but one of our captains will have their loyalty tested at the end of round 1. So let's find out who will win the week with our first game. In mixed messages, we've taken 2 real headlines from this week and combined them to create a fake headline. The player that buzzes in can only guess one story. It's then up to their teammate to guess the other half. 5 points for each correct answer. All right, hands on buzzers. Our first mixed messages. All Australians can now ask their GP for a steamy kiss.
Oh,
Alice.
that's me. Yes. Okay. All Australians can now ask their GP for the AstraZeneca vaccine. Good luck with the steamy kiss.
That's right, Alice.
So I have to answer...
The steamy
the
kiss.
steamy kiss. No.
No. I know
it doesn't
this
help.
one.
Well, that doesn't help me. Everyone putting their hands up doesn't help. A steamy kiss. A steamy kiss.
I know this one.
I know you know this one. They all do too. The only thing I possibly know that's involved a steamy kiss this week is the British health minister got caught in a steamy kiss with his staffer. Is that the story? And he lost his job as the health minister? There's not more steamy kiss stories?
That's right. You got it.
Oh, yes.
Elbow.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Yeah, Hancock also resigned because the kiss was a breach of his own COVID rules. So it'll be nice when we're all vaccinated so politicians can just go back to having affairs with zero consequences.
I feel like the way that the information is changing every week in Australia about it. Next week it'll be you're allowed to kiss the health minister, but you can't have AstraZeneca. I figure out it's safer that way.
Let's get the next one. Senator maggoted in late-night sitting found in soggy heap at bus stop. Annabelle?
I hope you know the second bit, because I know the first bit, which was Senator Sam McMahon very sadly lost her pre-selection very, very soon after it was alleged that she had showed up tired and emotional to the Senate.
Someone's trying not to get sued for defamation.
That is the right answer. That means it's over to you, Catherine.
Yes, I think this is where there was some very important certified, classified documents that were found in a bus stop, all soggy and...
That's right. Where were these certified documents from?
In the bus stop, she just said.
Yes, in the bus stop. Can you tell me which country did this happen in?
In the UK?
In the UK, yes. Well done. Yes. Give you that one. A federal senator from the NT left the upper house this week after appearing to be drunk, a claim she has denied, and classified UK defence documents were found by a member of the public at a bus stop. And in case you're looking for secret British papers, this is what they look like. Secret UK eyes only. I mean, are those really the best 4 words to discourage people from reading something? I mean, why did they just put Mark Humphrey's new book? That'll do the trick.
When I said to your producer, can I plug my book, that's not what I had in mind.
That's all you're getting, Humphreys.
On Politics and Stuff is available now.
At any good bus stop.
All right, next one. Massive human head begins creepily whispering during press conference. Annabelle.
I don't know about massive human heads, apart from Mark Humphreys. However, I've seen a bit of creepy whispering during press conferences, but I think this one's was Joe Biden, who has undertaken to regulate his speech patterns by whispering at press conferences.
That is the right answer. So, massive human head. Catherine.
There was a few massive human heads found lately. But the one I'm thinking of, I think, is in Israel. They found a sort of flat-headed skull.
Yes, they did find a human head in Israel. It's, as you said, big week for heads. Not particularly massive, I think. So there's a different head somewhere else. We're going to open it up.
Is it that the fact that I think they call it the dragon person who's like the missing link who was found in China?
Yes, I'll give that one to you.
Yes.
Researchers found a fossilised skull in China, which may be a new species of human, and Joe Biden had a really weird way of addressing reporters in a press conference.
I said, yeah, pay them more. I got them $1.9 trillion relief so far.
Uncle Joe, what is he doing?
On the environment.
And Craig, you were saying off camera you found that arousing.
And I'm willing to say it on camera too, okay?
Is there a way to whisper into a mic that isn't creepy?
Let me just check for you.
OK, the answer's no. Thank you, Craig, for clearing that up. That is the end of mixed messages. Now, Team Peter, you are last, which means, Mark, you are currently up for betrayal. But you can still come back as we check who's up to the minute. All right, hands on your buzzers. Your time starts now. Sunday's State of Origin was held in which city? Catherine.
Why did I press the button? Brisbane.
Correct.
Oh, thank God.
A lab test conducted by the New York Times failed to find any... Annabelle.
Tuna in a Subway sandwich.
That's right. Failed to find any of what in Subway's tuna sandwiches? Tuna. Why did Meghan and Harry reportedly reject Craig?
They rejected like a royal name because it had the word dumb in it.
That's right.
What?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
They rejected the title for their son, the Earl of Dumbarton, because it had the word dumb in it. All right, next one. Wimbledon fans gave a standing ovation this week. Catherine.
To the lady, I'm not remembering her name, but she was the co-inventor. She had a giant head. Can't remember. No, she was the co-inventor of AstraZeneca.
That is right. Well done.
And she got an applause?
Yes.
Okay.
Alice, when you invent AstraZeneca, we'll give you an applause.
A lot of the bioengineers don't really like AstraZeneca.
Well, that was a minute, because we all wasted our time. All right, at the end of round 1, coming in first place, Team Catherine on 30 points. Coming in second place, Team Alice on 20 points.
Yeah.
And coming in last, Peter, your team is on 0 points. I didn't mean to laugh then when I said it, which means, Peter, you have a decision to make. Will you stay with Mark or betray him and swap him for one of the other celebrities? Mark, no points for your team so far.
Well, yeah, you know, look, we know my buzzer's not working. We've established that. Frank, Peter, thank you, John. You know, of all the people I worked with on Superman Returns, you were my favourite. And I think it would be a shame to break up this beautiful partnership when we clearly have so much potential. The only way is up, eh?
Where's Superman when you need him?
Yeah, well, okay.
He's not on your team, that's for sure.
I don't like to bring up the fact that I won Celebrity Mastermind, but you're giving me no choice.
Mark, what was your specialised subject?
The musicals of Stephen Sondheim, 1957 to 1987.
I'll just check if that's been in the news in the last week. No. Sorry, it's not.
That wasn't even in the news during those years.
Peter, the time has come. Are you going to stay or betray?
Well, it seems on one hand pretty pointless to keep Mark. From what everybody's saying. But on the other hand, everybody's paying out on him, and it's really tugging at my heartstrings. I feel for Mark, because he's a really great guy. So I think I will be keeping him.
There you go, the extras have unionised. Let's hope they stay together. It's time for round 2. In Picture This, players are given pictures that hint at a recent news story, but they can't show each other their pictures. They must describe them and then work out the story for 15 points before their time runs out. OK, Team Alice, get ready. Your time starts now.
There's a knee with the English flag on the knee.
I have a tennis court, like a Wimbledon tennis court, although it's not Wimbledon because it's not grass, so it's like a blue tennis court.
So Britney
Spears? What are you in Britney? Oh, Britney is good. Britney was in court. Oh, she was in court this week. She was in court this week trying to get the father to not be in charge of her deal.
Yes.
A lie.
Yes, a lie.
A lie. Yes, that'll do. I'll give that one to you.
Oh, man, I'm so thought.
Britney Spears was in court this week to request an end to her conservatorship, which is what Craig was trying to say. Very good. All right, on to your next one.
Okay.
And go.
Okay, so I have the Australian hat thingamajig, like
with corks in
No,
that?
without the corks. And then
An akubra.
Yes, possibly. And then there's a lady who's like drilling a. I'm not good at home improvement. So I don't know how to describe this. What do you have?
I've got somebody shuffling cards.
There's a shuffling going on, a shuffling of the drawers.
What is the drilling thing?
There was a shuffling of the cabinet.
Barnaby Joyce reshuffled his people. Is that the akubra?
It's a brown hat.
That is correct.
Good job.
Yes.
Okay.
Barnaby Joyce is keeping his friends close with a Nationals cabinet reshuffle. Dumped MP Darren Chester described the conversation with Barnaby like this.
I've got to say, the conversation I had with Barnaby was so incoherent yesterday, I couldn't actually explain what he's even saying to me.
Sounds like some of the answers here.
Team Catherine, you're up now.
OK.
Your time starts now.
OK, I've got a computer keyboard and the return key is circled in red.
I've got an ampersand figure and a couple of kangaroos. And
Oh, kangaroos enter? No.
Return, kangaroo return.
Kangaroo return. I know the two kangaroos had it off with each other in...
I've got an and some roos.
Yeah?
Andrews. Andrews.
Daniel Andrews has returned.
That's right. Well done. You got it. All right, go.
OK, you go first.
OK, I've got a fan with hands holding up like an actual fan, blowy fan, and it says, allez.
And I've got a bike with bread. Oh, I know, the fan with the sign that destroyed the Tour de France.
She ruined the Tour de France.
Yes, that is
It
correct.
said grandman, granddad in another language.
Right, yeah.
Nice one.
That's right. A fan holding a cardboard sign took out dozens of riders during the first stage of the Tour de France. Let's have a look. There you go.
Oh, no. The aerial footage is the best. It's just...
But don't worry, apparently that same spectator went back the next day to apologise. Well done. That means Team Peter, it's your turn now. Your time starts now.
I've got a girl with blowing a bubblegum bubble.
OK, I've got a key and then a statue taking a leak. A little boy taking a leak. Key leak. Leak key.
Yeah, what's another word for leak there, Mark?
Oh, another word for leak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
OK.
ABC comedian can't think of one more word that means we.
Just
All right, Mark, just...
taking a leak, taking a whiz. Key whiz.
Close enough.
Please. Please. Keepy. Keepy.
Keepy, what else?
Ah, come on, open it. Shut up. Come on, Alex. Open it.
I'm going to have to open that one up.
Oh, no.
Oh, and Catherine got in. What's the story there?
The kiwi bubble.
Oh, kiwi.
It's all right, OK. You've got one more.
This one's worth 100 points, right?
Yep, right.
All right, and go.
I've got a windscreen, a coastal windscreen wiper with a infringement notice in it.
I've got a sun, like a sun with sunglasses over a guy in a bath. So, jeez. Glass bath.
Too much pressure.
All right.
Fines.
Okay, what are you using in a windscreen?
Windscreen with an infringement notice. like a fine.
Infringement.
Yeah, a fine,
Someone
that's
was
right.
fined. Okay. It's the nude sunbather story.
I think he's got it.
It's the nude sunbather story. And
By Jove.
New South Wales police have been cracking down on lockdown breaches. This one was a particularly egregious example.
We saw two men sunbaking naked on a beach on the south coast. They were startled by a deer, ran into the National Park and got lost.
All right, that's the end of round two. Let's check the scores. Coming in first place, Team Catherine on 75 points. Behind them, Team Alice on 50 points. And
we got this.
Team Peter, you're on 15 points, which means you're coming last. That means, Peter, you have a decision to make.
Again?
Will you stay? Again? Yes, it is happening again. But you have a choice now. Will you stay with Mark, or is he your kryptonite? And is it time to betray him and swap him for one of the other celebs?
I actually want you to do it so we can screw up one of these teams. Right?
Hey, that's a good idea.
How about you, Catherine? You retained your lead there in first place. How would you feel if you ended up with Mark?
I mean,
you phrase it a different way.
Annabelle and I are really tight. I mean, I think she's very loyal to Team Catabel. Catabel. And if you pick her, I'm afraid that she's going to sabotage your team.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what to do, Peter.
OK, Peter, the time has come. Do you want to stay or betray?
Why do I have to make this decision?
Well, because you keep losing, buddy.
That's a big part of it.
Fair enough. That's reason enough. Sorry, Mark, but I'm going to have to roast you.
No, good call. Good call.
I'm going to go for Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Just trashed it.
All right.
Okay.
Let's light up the fail trail. Here he goes.
On my way to Victory City.
This is where Mark is going to spring into
Exactly.
action. I
Thank
can
you,
feel
Kat.
it. Here we go.
I feel a bit sort of like James Packer, like I've built the Barangaroo structure and now I can't move into it.
We've got brand new teams onto our next round. We said the news would be from this week. We didn't say which year it was from. The following questions are about the news from this week in history. Buzz in for 15 points. This week, in 1987, an Australian wedding took place that was watched by 20 million people.
I did it! That's all I wanted.
All right, Mark.
Now what's the answer?
Who got married?
Oh, it's the wedding. It's the neighbour's wedding between Charlene
and Jason Donovan, whatever his name was.
Yeah, Jason Donovan's character.
Andy Anderson did a song.
Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue in their characters, which we all know the names of and are not relevant to the
Charlene
answer.
and that guy.
Yeah, we will take that. That was the wedding of Charlene and Scott.
Scott.
There you go. What about you, Catherine? Were you one of the people who watched it back home?
Yes, I was part of the problem, not the solution.
All right, next question. This week in 2011, an American company was pissed off with Prime Minister Julia Gillard over her use of this colour. Why?
That's the colour?
Next.
You know,
Go, Mark.
the Gillard government introduced a carbon tax. And that's the colour of smoke, I guess. So they weren't happy about it.
Right.
And coal is that colour, and I'm not across the colour details
Mark,
so much.
No, I'm going to throw that out. Annabelle's going crazy over there. Yes, Annabelle.
I've only just recognised the colour that's on the screen. It's a sludgy, indeterminate, grey, brown, highly unattractive colour. And the Gillard government was coating cigarette packets with that colour, and so they were hated by the largest, richest and most unscrupulous companies in the world. Surprisingly, she's still alive.
That's correct, Annabelle. Yes, tobacco giant Philip Morris announced it was taking the Gillard government to court over their plain packaging laws. Very good. All right. This week in 1964, the Beatles visited Brisbane.
When the boys from Liverpool landed in Brisbane for the final leg of their 3-week jam-packed Australian tour, they didn't quite get the welcome they expected. As the Fab Four drove across the tarmac in Brisbane, they were actually pelted with eggs by protesters sick of their music.
Which current federal MP later admitted to egging the Beatles?
Oh.
I want to say Fraser Anning.
Alice?
I'm going to say Barnaby Joyce. It sounds something he would do.
It does sound like something he would do. It wasn't Barnaby, no.
He wouldn't have been. He would have been about 2.
Mark?
Would he?
What, you're 1964? OK, doing the math. I feel like Bob Catter.
You are correct.
They're all, waving the crowd, 4 o'clock in the morning, waving the crowd, and suddenly splat, splat. We not only threw eggs at them, but we met them.
That was the worst episode of Kitchen Cabinet you ever did.
I've never heard that story before, and yet it is so deeply, profoundly unsurprising, as is, in fact, almost anything that Bob Catter does.
Well, he talks about in the interview with the Batuta Advocate that they thought the Beatles were stealing all the girls, and they thought it would be a good way to get their payback. I
Because
think.
Bob otherwise
Bob
was
would get heaps of
cleaning up.
All right, that is old news. On to our next game. In bleeping news, teams are all shown a clip with 2 parts bleeped out. Captains must guess the first bleep, celebrities the second, without discussing their answers. 15 points for each correct guess. Tokyo Olympic organisers have announced new COVID restrictions this week.
Tokyo is toning down the excitement at the Olympics. No high fives, no cheering, and no at the Games. Fans won't even be allowed to ask athletes.
All right, let's have a look at your answers. Team Catherine, we'll do you first. No high fives, no cheering, and no... chanting at the Games.
Oh, that does...
Fans won't even be allowed to ask athletes...
For, I was going to say autographs, then I've gone for selfies.
For selfies. Team Peter, no high fives, no cheering and no hugging at the Games. Fans won't even be allowed to ask athletes
For a bobcat or egg was my first instinct, but I ended up going with
for their autographs. Team Alice. No cheering and no crowds at the games. Fans won't even be allowed to ask athletes
For quickies, but then I realised that they were actually called selfies. I just...
Let's have a look.
No high fives, no cheering, and no alcohol at the games. Fans won't even be allowed to ask athletes for autographs.
Autograph? I swore it was going to be selfies.
I did too.
I was ready to mock Annabelle about it. Ma, you can tell how old your fans are. That's autograph.
All right, let's see all those answers. So the only correct answer there was from Annabelle. Well done.
Sorry, Mark, but I made a good choice here.
All right, let's see how that affects the scores. So at the end of round 3, Team Catherine maintaining your lead, 105 points.
Wow, yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Humphrey's difference.
Team Alice maintaining your second place position there, 50 points. But
What?
only 5 points behind you is Team Peter on 45 points. And you still have a decision to make here, Pete. Now, will you stay with Lois Lane, or is it time you kicked her out of your kitchen cabinet? Annabelle, make your case to Peter.
I feel Peter has to walk out into the snow and make this decision for himself.
I've done that already twice. It's getting cold out there.
Don't you miss Mark a bit, though? I mean...
Am I being totally ignored here? I've got some points too, eh? You can take me too. I mean, you know, Alice and I have got a good thing going on, but...
I actually want Annabelle.
You want Annabelle? Oh, they're great. Yeah, it's great.
All right, Peter,
OK, well,
time has come.
I'm going to stay.
Our teams are staying the same. We've got 80 points up for grabs in this final round. Our final round is called Pants. Teams are shown a headline where one word has been replaced with the word pants. Buzz in to guess the missing word. 10 points if you get it right, but you lose 10 if you get it wrong. All right, hands on your buzzers. Your time starts now. Scott Morrison rejects claim Australia bought the budget pants. Mark.
Oh, vaccine.
The answer was shot, but that was close enough.
Close enough.
New York court suspends Rudy Giuliani's pants.
His
Yes, Craig.
legal licence, his lawyer's licence.
That is right, yes.
Good job.
Pantsless Barnaby Joyce fined after being dobbed in by constituent Alice.
Maskless?
That is right.
Yes.
Yes.
Gladys and Queensland Premier's cringe pants revealed. Annabelle.
Texts.
Text is the answer, yes.
Oh, well done.
Warren Buffett resigns from Gates Foundation, has donated half his pants. Alice.
His wealth.
That'll do. Yep, the answer there was fortune, but yes, that is the correct answer.
Yes.
How many pants are there on Earth? National Geographic now says 5.
Oh, no. Snow leopards?
The answer is not snow leopards.
The Dado brothers.
All right, the correct answer there was oceans. Biden insurrectionists need pants to take on US government.
Oh.
Alice.
Is it either an assault rifle or an AR-15?
It was nukes. Biden said insurrectionists need nukes.
Don't give him ideas.
All right, final question. Prime creator of pants interrupts COVID-19 update. Catherine?
Of this earth.
That is correct, yes. All right. The final scores coming in. Third place is Team Peter on 45 points.
Yay!
Team Alice on 70 points, which means the winner is Catherine.
We did it!
You have won the week and get to keep it as immortalised in this incredible, one-of-a-kind mounted Pocket Pigs 2021 calendar. Congratulations, Catherine.